admitted this because this was such a shock. But I saw a documentary, kind of a concert video of Billy Idol. Oh, now I feel so old. Billy Idol, and he was talking about each of his songs from my youth that made him so famous in the early 80s with Generation X. And he said that when he was writing songs during that time, like Dancing with Myself and White Wedding, that he realized that all the songs kind of sounded the same, because in punk music, you started the song right at, at full intensity. You started full out, you went for 3, maybe 4 minutes, full out, and then you ended abruptly. And so all punk music was just bam, 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 the end. And I realized when I heard that on the documentary that that aesthetic was what I'd always held as the ideal for a short story. That a short story should sort of start midstream at full energy and go bam, 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 the end. And that my entire sort of ideal short story that I've always been trying to write was basically a punk song, a go-go song, or a Generation X song, or a Flying Lizard song. So here is a story called Loser that's just more of the same. So, Loser. The show still looks exactly like you were, like when you were sick. Let me start again. The show still looks exactly like when you were sick with a really high fever and you stayed home to watch TV all day. It's not Let's Make a Deal. It's not Wheel of Fortune. It's not Monty Hall or that show with Pat Sajak. It's that other show where the big loud voice calls your name in the audience, says to come on down, you're the next contestant. And if you guess the cost of rice-a-roni, then you fly round trip to live for a week in Paris. It's that show. The prize is never anything useful, like okay clothes or music or beer. The prize is always some vacuum cleaner or a washing machine, something you might maybe get excited to win if you were like somebody's maid. It's rush week, and the tradition is that everybody pledging Zeta Delt, I'll take this big chartered school bus and need to go to some TV studio and watch them tape this game show. The rules say that all the Zeta Delts wear the same red t-shirt with printed on it the Greek Zeta Delta Omega deals, silk-screened in black. First you need to take a little stamp of Hello Kitty, maybe half a stamp, and wait for the flash. It's like this little paper stamp printed with Hello Kitty you suck on and swallow, except it's really blotter acid. All you do is the Zeta Delts sit together to make this red patch in the middle of the studio audience and scream and yell to get on TV. These are not the Gamma Grabathighs. They're not the Lambda Rapidates. These are the Zeta Delts. They are who everybody wants to be. How the acid is going to affect you. If you're going to freak out and kill yourself or eat somebody alive, they don't even tell you. It's traditional. Ever since you were a little kid with a fever, the contestants they call down to play this game show, the big voice always calls for one guy who's a United States Marine wearing some band uniform with brass buttons. There's always somebody's old grandma wearing a sweatshirt. There's an immigrant from someplace where you can't understand half of what he says. There's always some rocket science guy with a big belly and his shirt pockets stuck full of pens. It's just how you remember it growing up. Only now all the Zeta Delts start yelling at you, yelling so loud it scrunches their eyes shut. Everybody's just these red shirts and big open mouths. All their hands are pushing you out from your seat, shoving you into the aisle. The big voice is saying your name, telling you to come on down. You're the next contestant. In your mouth, The Hello Kitty tastes like pink bubblegum. It's the Hello Kitty, the popular kind, not the strawberry flavor or the chocolate flavor somebody's brother cooks at night in the General Sciences building where he works as a janitor. The paper stamp feels caught partway down your throat, except you don't want to gag on TV, not on recorded video, with strangers watching forever. All the studio audience is turned around to see you stumble down the aisle in your red t-shirt. All the TV cameras zoomed in. Everybody clapping exactly how you remember it. All those Las Vegas lights flashing, outlining everything on stage. It's something new, but you've watched it done a million zillion times before. And just by automatic, you take the empty desk next to where the United States Marine is standing. The game show host, who's not Alex Trebek. He waves one arm, and a whole part of the stage starts to move. It's not an earthquake. It's not an earthquake, but one whole wall rolls on invisible wheels. All the lights everywhere flashing on and off, only fast, just blink, 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 except faster than a human mouth could ever say.